I first came in contact with the Quaker philosophy when my aunt Thieleke and her boyfriend stayed at our house for a couple of days. I had never heard of the Quakers, and suddenly two of them were living with us. They told me about the way Quakers practiced their religion, and this made me very interested. I decided to go to a meeting and have a look for myself. So I went to the weekly Quaker meeting in Amsterdam, which is nicely located next to the Vondelpark. I interviewed a couple of Quakers after their worship in silence, in which I also participated. What I found interesting is that they all had a different relation to their belief. Marianne and Dick will now tell something about the way they experience being a part of the Quaker community.
Well, if you want to join, come with us. We never force anyone to do that, but if you want to, just come and experience it. So I went and I thought, well, this is wonderful. This is exactly what I was looking for, because I grew up in a traditional Reformed family, and I didn't really like the way that the religion was practiced in the church, and I found it too rational of it, but I didn't feel it had to do anything with me, and it didn't had anything to do with emotion and my feeling. So and in the Quaker setting, I felt it was about all aspects of life, not only thinking. It means being part of a worldwide family. This is a feeling of belonging that I experience when I come to international Quaker gatherings. But I also value the silence, and I think silence is a wonderful way to turn inward and to listen deeply to the inner voice, and I need that very much in my daily life.
The Quakers believe and hope that there are a lot of people who are Quakers, but not officially recognized by membership, but by conviction and by their daily work or thoughts. But we believe that there are a lot of more people who are Quakers, and a famous quote is, they are Quakers, but they don't know it yet. So, curiosity, but not alone that, because otherwise you can enter every meeting but you don't know what's happening. It was because I was interested through my work for a special form or concept of leadership, and which is called servant leadership, where the leader is supposed to not be in front of the troops leading and marching and showing the way, but supporting the group in a way that they are facilitated to do what they should do or want to do. One of the persons that was quoted in that study many times was George Fox, and I had no clue who George Fox was, so I started googling, and then I found out about Quakers and history, and that there was an Amsterdam meeting every week. So I thought I'd go there and have a look. And the more I got acquainted with the principles of the Quakers, the more it appealed to me like you don't have to do your believing in the church. It's not necessary to have a paid mediator between whatever God's intentions is with the people and
for your life?
I think that's a very hard question, because it is very important for Quakers that your daily life reflects what you believe.
Yeah.
Because one of the famous quotes of George Fox is, "Let your lives speak," and that means that it's not the intention to have all kind of writing and principles, and but it is about what your daily lives shows, and so it's the task of every Quaker to be very aware of that daily life and make sure that that daily life represents what he believes, and that would be, well, first of all, in a more general context. We have the principle of peace, that war is not allowed for any purpose, also not for the good cause, what some people might find the ultimate reason to start a war.
Yeah.
And we don't believe that that is the right way to approach conflicts. And in your daily life also to treat people as equal.
Something I found very interesting is that you don't even have to be a Christian or even have to believe in God to be accepted as a Quaker. An English lady I interviewed, for example, didn't believe, and she was asked to speak at an important annual Quaker meeting in Brighton. The Quaker community has been one of the most progressive religious movements through history. A lot of Quakers took part in the abolitionist movement or stood up for women's rights. They also acknowledged very early that there was nothing wrong with homosexuality. To this day, Quakers are very aware of the world around them and actively try to make it into a better place. For example, through charity work or volunteering. Even as an atheist, I was happily surprised with the Quakers. They were less woolly than I expected, and they all seemed to be very kind and honest people. Maybe I'll go to another meeting in the future.